at Metropole TVKE across all your social media platforms. My name is Simba Elijah Charles. Can I get the hashtag is business I am. Let's get into the next sector trends this morning. We're choosing where to live is an important decision. After all, many of us spend a good deal of time at home. So you want to be happy and comfortable with your selection. And a good selection in luxury living is in beach plots, which is an excellent return on our investments if properly priced, a reliable income stream, and access to a delightful vacation spot. Now, many beach house investors purchase homes that they subsequently rent out during peak tourism times. So what really is the catch on investing in real estate beach plots? And to take us through this, we are joined by one who is Kevin Muriithi, who is the CEO, AHL Properties. Kevin, how are you doing, sir?
Very well, Simba. How are you doing?
Fantastic. We can't complain much. But I know we're going to delve into the ABCDs of beach properties. But let's first talk about AHL Properties. What makes you stand out in the market, especially when you are in a real estate sector, which we do know is quite competitive?
Yes, that's a good question. Thank you very much, Simba. So, AHL Property, we only sell beach plots. So we don't sell a lot of properties that are not well chosen.
Yes.
We are not selling anything from anywhere. So our properties are very well selected. And when we say beach properties, we mean properties that is along the beach. So our properties are a maximum of 200 meters to the beach. So this is our key and the niche we have, because as you said correctly, most properties companies just, get any land, subdivide, and sell. The other thing we do is we add a lot of value. Every property we have, we must fence it. We do boreholes, we do grading, we put electricity. So the value add is quite a bit. The other thing we do, and we don't compromise on this, is our prices are very competitive, because we want everybody to be able to afford. And our tagline is basically everybody deserves to live by the beach. So this is what we want to do, and this is what we are doing, and this is what is keeping us apart compared to everybody else. And I think this is a good path we are on.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about this one then, beach property. Is it a new concept? And if it's not, why do you think that this is the way to go, Kevin?
It's new and it's not.
Yes.
Because what we are bringing is a different look into it, because as you know, most people, maybe not good companies that come and sell. It's just somebody somewhere who is selling his own property, subdivides, sells, and moves on. So he doesn't build, the professionalism and the clientele, and So what we are doing is, for us, we are trying to just bring the upgrades. We're trying to bring a lot of we're trying to do a lot to the property compared to, I've not seen it, because I've seen most people will come and maybe build and sell houses. Some will do the same we are doing, but only for one project, and they move on to the next. But as I said, we want to sell along. When you think of the coastline, you think of us.
Yes, pretty much. So we've seen a lot of companies that are promising land in many parts of the country. In fact, the whole thing is move away from the city. Don't build within the city. I mean, you have other places that are opening up that you can actually go and develop. But for you, you're saying, no, you can actually remain within some of these towns and cities that we're developing, and you can still be able to get your value within it. Why should somebody today say, I might not, for example, go to Nanyuki, which, as we do know, a lot of real estate companies are running there, and say, let me go to Malindi and get my property there?
That's a very good question, extremely good question, because you can't move from the city. This is where you work, this is where you live. We are young, our kids are going to school here, this is our life, right? So when you go as other places, you have a property where you can only wait and sell later. You have a property where you can just let it sit as the place grows and develops. Ours is not like that, because ours is on the beachfront, as I keep saying. So what do? You just buy, build a retirement home or a holiday home, Then when schools closes or when you're tired, run, get rested. When you are back in Nairobi, rent it out.
Yes.
To your brothers and sisters.
Yes.
And your clientele now is the world, because everybody comes to Kenya for holidays and people are advertising and making noise, and you know the weather in Malindi is beautiful. So you really want a place where you can make money day one, not speculate, not wait, not do all these things. Because as I said, we are choosing our property very, very carefully.
Yes.
To give you the to give you the value.
Yes.
Yes.
Fantastic. So at this time when people are saying second home owning,
Yes.
you know, the thinking is that, well, I have a second home where I can go somewhere and live. Beach properties, do they offer the best option when it comes to second homes?
The best.
And why would you say so, though?
The best.
Yeah.
Why? Because if you have a home anywhere,
Yes.
and you go to the beach, the weather changes for you.
Yes.
The feel, you know, because if you have a home in Nairobi, another one up country, it's almost the same thing, right?
Yes.
The same weather, the same everything. Tarmac everywhere now, it's not a selling point anymore. But beach plots, the front line, it will never be bigger than it is. It's only a certain kilometers.
Yes.
So what do you need to do then? Beach plots, when you go there, it's different weather, around the clock, warm, fresh fish, walk in the beach, run. So if you need two homes, and we need to look at the people who are doing better than us. All the millionaires and billionaires even in the world, they have these properties. Now we're telling you can have one also for a very affordable price, extremely affordable, for 500,000.
Yes.
You have. So, yeah.
I'll be coming to that pricing as well, because you would have another clientele, and before we went on air, we spoke about that.
Yeah.
You know, where you find that the other business I could do, especially when it comes to real estate, is buy these properties cheaply at prime areas, like the beach now that we're talking about, and then later off dispose it off. When you look at how prices are improving on these plots at the beach compared with other areas, like I keep on referring to Nanyuki because I've got a lot of companies that approach me to go to Nanyuki. Would you say that the price points would vary probably after 1 or 2 years? Which one would shoot up in price for somebody who's interested in that sort of business?
That's a good question. And this is advice I give my clients and everybody who is willing to listen. When you're buying property, you need to look at how big the investment in empty land is in a certain area.
Yes.
Because if you go to Nanyuki, there is thousands and thousands of acres.
Pretty much.
For that place to go up, they must sell everything, so that now there is nobody to sell. Now they start coming back to sell what you already bought. Mm-hmm. But ours is like, we have 4 acres, 4 acres, 4 acres. Very intimate, because we are building homes, we are bringing friends together.
Yes.
Okay, so we are doing very intimate kind of setup. So when we fence, when we grade, when we put electricity, every time we put something, people have started to build. The property is going up, and there is no more, because when we are done with this chunk, we move to another one, to another one. Like now we have 3, so we move from 1 to 3. So when we started, the property has shot up by 50%. This is in 3 months.
Yes.
By the end of the year, it will be like double the price.
Yes.
Because there will be nothing you'll not even be buying from us. We'll be done with this block, so you'll have to buy from the people who already bought before.
Yes.
So when you want to invest, look at, is the place developed as we are speaking? How big is the land? Because if it's big, if they are selling to you phase 1 and they have to sell phase 2, phase 3 before they come back to you. So these are the things, if you're looking for investment and you want to sell the land, you need to ask those questions.
Pretty much. But then you're saying that indeed if you're buying beach property, then don't buy to sell. You're saying buy, develop it, and then start earning from it. Why would that be the right option, Kevin?
For me, if I was to advise people, I would say that for now, because they are very well priced.
Yes.
And you make money day one. Because the other people are telling you, buy land and wait. Don't wait and buy land. I've had that tagline for forever.
Yes.
But us, well, buy land and make money now, because everybody is trying to make an extra income. It doesn't make sense for you to buy land and not earn from it, if possible. So for me, there is 2 ways of earning. If you buy the property and build it. And we're not talking a very big property because it's a holiday home. You
Yes.
just need 2 bedroom and a nice sitting room and everything. Everything else is you walk on the beach, you eat the fish, you do all those things. You don't need to have a lot on the property.
Yes.
Then from there now, you are able to go for holiday for free. If you go to holiday twice a year, it's expensive to rent these hotels. So you have your own property, so you don't have to spend on these. You don't have to spend on hotels.
Yes.
Number 2, when you're away, you can send your friends, your business partners. You go have fun there for a minute, then come back. We'll
Yes.
talk about business later. Your friends and diaspora, our brothers and sisters, when they are coming here, the summer bunnies, they want to go to Malindi. And Malindi has beautiful weather. So you will earn money like this. You can put it in Airbnb. As I told you, when you buy land in Malindi or in the coastline,
Yes.
dynamic changes quite a bit because now you're almost in the tourism industry. So what does that mean? Your clientele is wide. Anybody, even somebody in Italy, can call you and say, I want to come, I see your property is nice, and how much is it?
Yes.
I want to come and rent. So
Yes.
you open up quite a bit. If you buy a property in Kikuyu, for instance, you either go there and move on there and there. So that's why.
Pretty much. All right, let's talk about that pricing. The properties, but would you talk to me about the size of these properties that you're selling and your price point, and then who are you targeting therefore with this price point for your properties?
Yeah, Simba, that's a good question. So our price right now, they are going for 595,000. Our target market is middle class, maybe middle class, and our brothers and sisters in diaspora, because those are the people I feel they know the pinch of going for holiday. They can see why they need to buy one. They are the people who are likely to want to go for a holiday and go for a second home.
Yes.
Or you can also start with that and build money to buy the first home in Nairobi, because Nairobi is expensive. Eh? So our target would be anybody who is looking to make money, be it the property are going up very fast.
Yes.
And Malindi is growing. Just if you buy now, I'd say you are lucky to have come in at this time, because you're expanding the roads from Lamu to Malindi. The airport is getting a facelift.
Yes.
Most people are going to buy land on the inside, 50 kilometers from Malindi. But when they want to sleep and relax, they'll be coming to your properties. So that's why you need to buy land there. And the price, as I said, is very good. Only 595. You have 50 by 100. 50 by 100 is a lot. That's what people buy in Nairobi.
Yes. Yes.
So it's quite big. And you are in a gated community.
Yes.
With 2 fences, one in, one to the beach. So you'll have very good neighbors. We are calling it Marafiki residence because we want to have very,
Yes.
Yes.
Fantastic. All right. Now let's talk about somebody who wants to buy it in plants as well. Do you offer that, or it's cash and go?
Plant?
Yeah, plants. Like I want to pay in installments. Is that another thing that you offer?
Yes.
And I want you to talk about it's a good thing that it's there. Some people have been saying avoid the plants. What would you tell somebody to avoid the plants? I've got friends of mine who got into plants, got into some point where you may be late by 2 to 3 installments, and then they said, well, we got to take away the title deed from you, because then we don't think that you can be able to pay. Talk to me about that. How are you approaching that at AHL?
I think the question to answer that question is now not even the plans, but possibly looking at the company that is selling.
Yes.
Is it a good company? Are these good people? Have they done business before, or this is the first time they are doing it?
How do you profile that company as a customer? For example, today if I walk into AHL,
yes,
how am I going to know that, well, Kevin's company is a sound company for me to do business with?
Well, many ways. Now 2022, first go online, check the company, check even the people who work there. Like, for example, see whether I have a profile online as Kevin. What have I been doing? Number 2, ask these questions before. What happens if I don't pay? Can you also put it in writing? Don't just tell me what happens if I'm late.
I think I should ask you that question right now. For the people listening to you and saying, I gotta get that beach property for 595K.
Yes.
What happens if 1 year down the line, I'm like, whoa, there's some 1 or 2 installments that are gonna delay, or I'm gonna have a challenge in paying? What happens as a child?
For us,
Yes.
is, as I said, we are targeting middle class, we are targeting our brothers and sisters, we are getting people who are even possibly the same age group.
Yes.
So if you've been paying and you're not able to pay, and you've been talking to us, we are going to ask you, how long do you want? And what's the issue? And if you really can't pay, one thing I can tell anybody listening,
Yes.
if you can't pay and you have to refund your money, we'll refund your money in full. In full, because you got into a problem. You came in with good faith, but now there is an issue, you can't continue paying, right? So, of course, you might find you need to pay somebody. Somebody can't pay, and you can't keep, waiting for them because you have talked to them, you have given them more time, they are not able to pay. And our property are going fast, they are small, and all these things. But say you paid, and you can't finish, we're going to have a conversation, and we ask, what do you want? Do you want us to give your money back?
Yes.
In full. We are not big on penalties, So this is because we want to build each other. And that's why our price points, and you said before, are very good. Because I've seen situations where you come and you like something, but you can't afford. So you just go say, hey, they have good properties. They are fantastic. We love them. But when it comes to buying, you can't. So we want you to say they are good, but the price you can also afford. Yeah.
All right. Now, got this question as well for clients who are saying, are you looking into fully developing this particular plot? Say that a client walks in and says, well, I like this plot. Would you kindly help me build up? Do you have plans for these beach properties that can actually come up in these 50 by 100 plots, so that any client listening will say, why can I buy the property and then I will pay them to develop for me that particular property, because they're the ones who have the complete idea of exactly how good this can be? Is that plan there? And how much would somebody have to part with for them to fit in that?
Very, very good. So that's a good question. And what we are doing is we have partnered with some architects, and what we are doing is we have developed 3 prototypes.
I see.
Okay?
Yes.
So there is 3 ways to go about it. You don't need to work with us. You can buy and build your house. It's your property after all. So buy and do wherever you want. And I've had these requests from diaspora. They said, no, we don't want to develop, and we don't want to tell our brothers to come and oversee. So do you have somebody who can do it? So we'll give you 3 designs.
Yes.
You can choose one, and we'll tell you how much to develop the said home.
Yes.
For a certain amount, and you are guaranteed it will be over by the quotation you have gotten.
Yes.
So we have that. So, and also there is another option. We can just sell you the design and you develop on your own. So we have 3 layers.
Yes.
You buy and just do wherever you want.
Yes.
You build. Number 2, we build for you, give you 3 designs, you choose one, and you develop that. Or number 3, we just develop for you.
Yes.
Yes.
Fantastic. So somebody looking at the price point, how much would it be if somebody would ask you as a buy go? Like, can you tell me the price up front? Should I decide to take that route?
For developing?
Yes. That's for developing and then buying the property at once.
No, for buying it's $995.
Yes.
For developing, houses will not cost more than 3 million.
Yes.
To put up the house.
Yes.
Yes, because we're gonna play with a good number.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
As we wind up this conversation this morning, somebody is listening to you and saying, it's not only in Mombasa we have these beaches. I mean, we have beaches in Turkana, we have beaches in Kisumu, we'll be having beaches somewhere else. Are you looking as AHL then to go somewhere else? Should my preference be, Mombasa is too hot, but now let me go to Kisumu. I think that would be good. Or let me go to Turkana because I think that would be a good place for me as well. Are you looking to expand into these areas?
So at the moment, that's a good question, but at the moment we only want to work with the Indian Ocean.
Yes.
Because it's more developed, and as I said, I want to give you value day one.
Yes.
I'm not saying other places are not developed. Kisumu is well developed, Turkana maybe not so much.
Yes.
So we are doing the coastlines because we have airport all the way from Ukunda, Mombasa, Malindi, Lamu. So we are doing the front line because I want you to get value for your money day one.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Anybody looking for you as AHL Properties and want to inquire about these plots, where can they get you?
So our offices are in Lavington Mall, James Gishuru. Online, we are there on all the social medias. We are going by the same name, AHL Properties.
That is AHL.
AHL Properties.
Properties, exactly that.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Kevin, thank you very much for coming in the studio, man.
Thank you very much, Simba, for having us.
Anytime. So you hear is saying the importance of having that beach property. That indeed, from day one, after you develop that beach property, you're not going to wait. You develop it and you are sure that indeed that money would start coming in. Want to talk to him? You know what to do at Metropole TVKE across your social media platforms. My name is Elijah Charles Kiange. I am at Kiange Simba on our Twitter. I know those questions are coming in. We shall talk about them later on. We take a short break. Once we come back, let's look at one particular area of interest this morning. It's March, and we do know that the banking quarters of the NSE are going to give us the results. Fine, but then there are things that they are pushing for. Number one, they want the risk-based lending to be introduced into the banking industry. And then number two, they want the reintroduction of transfer charges from your mobile bank account from your bank account to your mobile wallet. Is that all important? Once we come back here on a Business AM.